for joining me on Beer with the CFO, Stephen Hedlund,
Of
the head of
course.
finance with Rillet, who's getting a lot of attention right now, rightfully so, for the 70 million Series B with a 16Z and Iconic alongside Sequoia with another 25 million invested. Your press release reads, ambitious companies don't rise or fall by product alone. They win or lose by how they run finance and accounting. And that's why Consero exists today, impacting the finance and accounting function powerfully. So thank you for joining me, Stephen.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Awesome. One of your clients was quoted saying, if you're using a legacy ERP, I won't name names here, but I could, and you're frustrated with the complexity and cost, I'd strongly recommend making the switch. So, this is interesting because Beer with the CFO, we're usually talking to CFOs, but Rillet is really going wild and in the VC backed, early stage, starting to grow to that middle market growth stage. And so in that world, really the CFO is not in place yet. You haven't matured to that point yet. Now, you may be doing a lot of the role of a CFO. I'd love for you to talk a little bit and just really educate our audience. What is an AI native ERP?
Yes, it's a great question. And I should be clear there, I do want to make sure we make clear we serve middle market folks. Even we get some questions are you only for lower
Yes,
folks? I
let's
want to be
clarify.
clear, we have folks doing 500 million in revenue on the platform, right?
Wow.
It's not just folks doing the 10, 20, 30 million. It's really mature scaled folks on IPO tracks. So in terms of what does AI native GL mean? For us, it is quite seriously a rethinking of what the GL means. So we have rebuilt the GL from the ground up for the AI era. You can think about kind of back in the 2000s with now their legacy ERPs, but at the time, very innovative and brought the ERP from on-premises to the cloud and brought amazing efficiencies for business and really enabled CFOs to realize efficiencies and add value to the business that they didn't have before. And now we're able to do that same motion for the AI era. And it means a complete rethinking of how the GL's been made up. And so we think about AI native in both how data comes into the system and how data comes out of the system. And so we build our own native integrations throughout the tech stack. So Stripe is a good example where we connect directly to Stripe. We built our own integration so we can bring in the necessary customer information, metadata, detailed transaction. AI loves good, clean, structured data. When we bring the right data in the right way through clean pipes, that means now AI can be very useful for CFOs and controllers and their teams. So we think about how the data comes into the system. Once it's in the system, then we can use AI to ask natural language questions like, who are my best customers? What customers churned? What customers have renewal coming up, in this month, as well as then to build reports, build flex analysis, book accruals, book journal entries. So we think about how AI kind of applies all throughout the GL rather than just a bolt on top of a kind of dumb database or old system.
Yeah, just the word ERP, it fills some experienced finance leaders with seething anger and PTSD. I've seen that on one of your LinkedIn posts, ERP implementation, that's screams all kind of PTSD for a lot of leaders that have been through it. But you're bringing accounting out of the ice age, and you've got a great video on your LinkedIn page. In fact, I'll share it in this post in the comments, so people can go watch that ice age video, bringing accounting out of the ice age. I love that. In early growth, especially VC backed, although you're serving the middle market and 500 million and above, why does it make sense to outsource various parts of the business in those early stages?
Yep, absolutely. It's no pun intended, but Jeff Bezos is popular for saying focus on what makes your beer taste better. And it's absolutely true, especially with building a hyper growth company, is even for a CFO or finance leader, it is often more value add for you to focus on what grows the business versus a lot of the blocking and tackling, even on the finance side of the house. So finding a good partner like Consero that can really elevate the CFO and push them forward can be amazingly accretive to the business. So we've seen this directly. For example, I also run our marketing department at Rillet, and we have used quite a number of consultants to both let us move faster and also let us apply our kind of strategic mindset where it's needed most versus covering a lot of the base blocking and tackling a lot of the infrastructure set up specifically to pull the business forward.
Very well said. It really does make sense to outsource in those early stages, and then as you're growing, focus on your core business. Focus on what is going to make your business grow and please your customers, most importantly. So tell us about the partnership with Consero. Consero launched a fusion lab with Rillet as its primary partner. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
We're very excited to be partnering with Consero, not only some of the most forward-thinking individuals and teams on AI, but quite literally some of the smartest folks in finance today. So we're really thrilled for the partnership here. Really excited for what it brings to both our current customers and the future customers who will be on Rillet.
On your LinkedIn, and by the way, your LinkedIn page is hilarious. I don't know if your outsourced marketing team was part of that. Finance leaders aren't normally the funniest people.
It's all me. I will admit, it is all
it?
me for better and worse. It is all my thoughts.
So clever. So I'm just going to tell people, go to Stephen Hedlund's LinkedIn page and kind of go back around like October 2025. There's a Halloween post that's really funny, and there's a piece of candy, and you have to look inside to get the joke. And then also there's a broken car window, and something was left in your car. So we're not going to tell people. Go and look, and so that hopefully will boost your page as well. But you did write an article about legacy ERPs will be on life support by 2035. Why?
Yes, I did. I'll be honest, I did it in part to be spicy. I knew it would do well on LinkedIn and social and really prompt a lot of response and prompt thought from people, especially those in the industry. The reason I think that is I grew up in this space. My first job was on SAP at Walmart, literally the largest company in the world. And I grew up using very sexy fintech tools like Robinhood and Venmo. So I was stunned when I came in and we were on a very old tool. We were literally faxing our bankers to move money around. And then I joined a startup and thought, oh, we'll have great tools here. I'm at a startup now. And we didn't. We had tools literally built before I was born. And then I joined another startup. We moved to another legacy tool. It was supposed to take 12 months. Instead, it took 18 months to implement. Still wasn't right at the end of the day. And I knew someone was going to fix this. And that's what motivated me to join Rillet, is I knew someone was going to build the next gen ERP. And as soon as I met our founder, I said, hey, where do I sign up? Like, this is the future. And so when I look at the current landscape, as a user of the legacy systems, I just don't see a world where they survive. They have unfortunately completely forgotten how to innovate. They have stopped taking care of their customers and have literally created space for folks like Rillet to come in and compete. And in some ways, I'm sad that I think Rillet has to exist, right? I wish these systems had kept pace and taken care of customers and built systems that were really built for the modern age, but they haven't. Instead, what you have are systems that are patched together with very expensive consultants, with very expensive middleware and third-party technology, and really like a dumb database that rather than really elevate the office of the CFO and elevate the accountant and enable them to add value to the business, instead you have a system full of manual workarounds, manual CSV exports, insane amount of time that accountants and controllers have to spend working around the system rather than working with and through the system. And that's the vision for Rillet, is build a system that really empowers and enables accountants, controllers, and CFOs to move forward and add value to the business rather than constantly having to work around the system and really work around their system of record.
Leave the ice age and run to the future. Stephen Hedlund, thank you for joining me on Beer with the CFO. I hope you enjoy your gift set of Guinness, and I thank you. Thank you very much for your insightful conversation, and we'll see you again next time on Beer with the CFO.
Amazing. Thank you.